very important, because that will keep any of the close by seeds out. And really, there's not a lot that blows through. Some tree drop, if you have, trees that will drop things in your yard. And you see the really good weather, you just pick it out. But if you do get a weed, the good thing with this method is that if you see a weed growing here, you're gonna know it's not a plant. So you can easily just pick it, and that's where you just take your fingers and pick it out. It's very easy. The other thing I forgot to mention, or ran out of time for, was the scissors.
Scissors of harvesting.
When you're planting, you take a pinch of seeds and put it in each one of those holes that you would make. If they all start growing, you take your scissors and just trim off the ones that you don't want. Because it's such a small space, you don't pull them. Because if you pull them, it will disrupt all the roots for everything. So that's where the scissors come in, is that you just snip them off, and they'll go back in the compost.
Well, my compost grows a lot of weeds and volunteers, because it doesn't get hot enough.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it needs a different mix. Yeah.
Because I'll just have tomatoes, just.
What are you putting in the compost bin?
All kinds of things. I mean, kitchen scraps.
Yeah.
Some leaves, some grass clippings if I haven't put any fertilizer on. Put some grass clippings to kind of warm it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we put melons and all, so we'll have all this stuff growing.
The compost mixture is like a 30-to-1 ratio. So it's 30 parts brown to 1 part green, which we tend to do a lot more green than brown, and then we just kind of keep stewing things, and it doesn't really ever get hot enough.
Right.
Browns would be your carbon sources, so your leaves, bark, shredded newspaper. I actually have a shredder in my basement. I just go and put every piece of kind of paper through, and then I just add that to the top of it.
So we could use shredded paper that comes out of our paper shredders
Absolutely.
here, rather than
Absolutely.
throwing it into the recycling. We can take it and put it in
Take some
the
home.
compost.
Yeah, and you just want to put a little bit of water on it to make it, not blow away. But mix it in and put a little bit of water to it, and it will definitely compost down.
Well, we aren't actually supposed to put tomatoes in. Tomato plants.
Anything with a lot of
I used
seeds
to.
tends to.
Well, I thought there was a blight problem.
Well, if you've had blight, any diseased crop, you do not put in compost. So whether it had blight, whether it had powdery mildew, whether it had, any sort of infection, you don't put in there.
Right.
But if your tomato plants are completely fine, you just put it in the compost. But they do have a lot of seeds, so if it's not getting to town, then you put it on your back of your garden. You've got now wild tomatoes growing everywhere, and they will grow because you didn't plant them.
Yeah.
But if you planted them, they wouldn't grow.